everybody, it's Glenda with Shaking Hands Art with Fralins and Friends. You all are such great friends. I love reading your comments. Heavens. I'm glad you all enjoyed our little chat yesterday. We have fun. We have fun with those chats. We get to kind of give each other a rough time sometimes. And sometimes we try to figure out what to say. Okay, a while back, someone asked for a scorpion. So that is tonight's project. Oh, and I wanted to show you that Delta Man is here to protect us. He's going to keep all the bad things away with his zapping fingertips. Lasers. He's quite the guy, I tell you. We did some decorating today. I'm using a 3-color in the brown spectrum. Spectrum is right? I don't know. I think so. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. Because the desert is a sandy area, and that is where these creatures mainly live. I found out some really interesting stuff about them. Oops. They are mostly nocturnal, and they have a bunch of eyes, although they're like 2 fairly good-sized eyes, and then the other small eyes are kind of on the face in other places, but they don't see very well, so I'm not quite understanding that part, but you know. But yes, they are mostly desert dwellers, and they all have venom, but they can control how much venom they release. Now that was one I'd never known. Okay. Now that doesn't exactly look like a desert, but it's interesting. And it is about the right colors. Let this dry. In the meantime, I'm going to let you know a few things about scorpions, because I like to do scorpions. They are generally nocturnal, and they do have their main eyes, and then you wouldn't probably see them, but they have some little tiny eyes. They're arachnids, so they're like a spider in that family. They have the 8 legs, and then they've got those pincer things in the front. The tail is segmented, and then there's that little part, the stinger, because their stinger's on the back like a wasp or something instead of like a spider. Most of the time the venom is not going to kill a person. It might make them sick, but it can be very painful. Now, it didn't say if it's hemolytic or neurolytic. I didn't get that, but it did say that it's hardest on the very young and the very old. So if they get stung, and they have trouble breathing, then they need to be at the hospital. And if the anti-venom doesn't work, then they have to do something to make sure they're breathing and keep that airway open until things kind of run their course. So, and they can be carnivorous. They eat other insects for the most part. They can control the amount of venom they release. So I suppose like if they're after a very small or a small insect, they can just use regulate a little tiny bit of venom, and then digest it. But another thing is that they can go almost a year, if necessary, without eating. I think God knew what he was doing when he made the desert creatures. Because they just have special internal safeguards against all of the elements, it seems. But no, they are in the spider family, although they are not a spider, they are a scorpion. They also have some little segments on their bodies. I'm going to try and get those. I'm using a mixture of kind of a reddish black for the scorpion itself. Okay, I need to do some work on his head. Do 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 do. Look, that works. That's better. Oh, come on. I hope I won't regret that background color. But they do kind of blend. There are so many variations of color in these scorpions. It's just kind of hard to depict just one. But they are definitely this one is one that's kind of has a lot of the dark in it, but it also shows some of the light, which a lot of them do that. Nothing is just one color, but I really did put a brown background, but yeah, they live in the sand, a lot of them. They do. They live in the deserts, and there's rocks. They do live on rocks and stuff, and mostly they come out at night when it's dark. So that's probably why they don't see very well. So they're just, they can be fascinating if you want to study them, but you don't want to meet one if you surprise it, you're going to be unhappy about meeting them. So, but I kind of like the way they section. It's how they're able to move their body the way they do, and how they're able to uncurl this stinger and get you with it. So I pretty much think I'm done with him. There he is coming at you, and there he is with the other way. So, okay, that is our scorpion. I know it was requested, but I can't remember who requested it. So please mention who you were. I know my sister gets on to me. She says, Glenda, you need to start signing your work. And I do. It's just I don't get very quick with it. So I'm going to sign Glenda Fralin right there. Just signed. So next is a giraffe. That's going to be a bigger one. It's for a grandchild, great-grandchild. But yes, the next one is a giraffe. And then we're going to start doing more Christmas stuff. There's things I want to go back and work on. And I don't know whether to do those on camera or not. Because some of them take more than just a little bit of time that I want to allot to camera. So, I don't know. I guess that's something we'll have to wait and see. But we will be getting into some of the Christmas requests. And there's one request, I don't know who it was from. It's been a while. They just said more dinosaurs. They didn't say what kind of dinosaurs. So the only thing I can think of is maybe make a dinosaur with Christmas decorations around it, just to kind of be funny. So anyway, and we'll probably at some point get into the nativity scene and showing the scripture account of Jesus' birth. And so that's going to be something that will take some time. And we'll also do some of the fun stuff. There's a request right now for to paint a Christmas tree. And I always love doing that. And there's one to sculpt a gnome. There's a lot of really great Christmas gnomes. So that's some of the stuff that's coming up. So we'll see you we'll see you tomorrow and start a giraffe. Thank you and good night. I love you. Don't forget to smile and wave. By now you know what that's for. Getting a little harder because it's getting cold outside, but if you can do it inside too. Good night.